Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you see this. It is I, Jaquel, working out with Wanda, the podcast, where we are focusing on your health, body, mind, and spirit, where we are dwelling on the good techniques and proper ways to healthy for a healthy way to grieve. Um, Life, as we say, life be life, and it be a lot of things going on. It is a lot of stuff that happening at one time after one time after one time. If you are in the city of Milwaukee, we just really were affected by a flood like never before. When I say like never before, I mean like never before. This wasn't a flash flood. We had a flood. Stuff that we will see from down south or see in different areas. We actually had a huge flood. So when we say that everything affects us, and this is a great time to even talk about how this situation that just occurred has affected probably 90 to 95% of our city, of those that are affected by it, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally. So many people, including myself, we suffered a severe loss of losing so many items. And so we have been talking about for the last few weeks about the grieving process, right? And the addictions that come out of this. And we always talk about, I always say that there's always a story behind what someone is doing, why they're doing it the way that they're doing it, why they choose this lifestyle, why are they affected in this matter, what makes them want to do this, why are they choosing this lifestyle. Those things happen because of something that happened. It could be from childhood, it could be from adulthood. Something sparked to make a person want to choose this route. Something triggered to make this person say, "This is what I want." And so, if I could give a transparency moment, when this flood actually affected, I went down in the basement the night before to put a load in, like I normally would do. I opened up the door that morning and I saw water and I just closed the basement door. It was so much. And immediately I thought about, if the water was that high to where I can see it on my steps, nothing can be saved. And how does that affect someone when they're in the matter or they're in the moment of understanding? I just went through this, and then something else happens, 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 and then this too, and then that too, and then that too. And oh my gosh, please don't let this happen to me. And then that happens. Just so you know, if you hear a child in the background, just bring your child to work day. But when you are dealing with this, and if I can reflect on the things that I've been dealing with, this flood just kind of put me in a place of, are you serious? Right? If we weren't losing things before, we definitely lost stuff. I've seen on the internet of so many people losing their businesses because their businesses were in their basement. I saw people, whether it's a daycare, a shop, their hair salon. Some of them, this is my man cave. This is my girls hangout. Everything that you call, just because it's a basement with your washer and dryer. So many people, they had memories, they had pictures, they had tried to salvage what they could. Some of us, unfortunately, like me, aren't able to have or save anything because of so much of the water also had with sewerage. We can't salvage anything. And then what else happens after that? If you have central air, AC that's connected, your central air no longer works. Why? Because of the flood. Your hot water's down because of the flood. Everything is happening that's happening could go wrong, will go wrong, all go wrong at one time. So if you are, Tone, edit this part out. Stop playing with me. Be quiet now, or you're not going to get nothing. 5, 4, 3, 2. So when everything is piling up and everything is at its point and everything is at this boiling point, like I said, the sewage situation, I could not even, I just, I cried in a moment because it's like, oh my goodness, all my stuff is gone. That's the human part, right? That's the natural reaction. Everything is gone. Everything is gone. Everything is gone. And then all of a sudden now, what could happen is when we allow the thoughts and the negativity and the things of that nature to now consume us. If you be watching my little short videos in between, you hear me talk about things that could consume us. And I just talked about that a week or two ago. There are some times where things could consume, things could overtake, things could happen, things could shut down, things could mollywop, things could push us down into areas that we're not prepared for. And we can be in a place where we just give in and give up. But it is always, there is something that is always there pushing. There is someone spiritually that is there connected to us, our Father, our Abba, God, who sits there and still gives us the motivation, still give us the opportunity to understand and know you can still make it. The addictions and things that we face, there's some people that have been in addictions and in life spans for years and months. And let's be real, we all have that one cousin or that uncle that, oh, well, he's been drinking his whole life. Our auntie, she's been on drugs. She's been doing this her whole life. There's a story behind why they chose the life that they chose. Why do they constantly go back to alcohol? Why do they constantly go back to different types of drugs? Why do they constantly go back to selling their body? Why do they constantly overeat? Why are they in obese stage? Why do we choose these things? What is it that makes us go back? What is the anger that's triggering? What is the rage that's making us pull us this way? What is it that is causing us to be in a mind frame of I can't win? Who is telling us that we can't win? Some of us are addicted to having a lot of items. We're hoarders. Maybe the flood was a help. But when we facing our addictions, what do we say to it? How do we face it? How do we take the opportunity to stand and say, I'm not going to give in this time? What do I do when I'm forced to make a decision on what do I want the health? Because let's be real, how many of us, whatever our addiction was, whatever our thing that was consuming us on a daily, okay, there's so many forms of addiction. There's so many things that we could be addicted to. Why do we keep going back after we say we were done? Why do we keep going back after we said it was over? Why do we keep going back after we said the no more, no more, no more, no more? I'm done with this. I'm over this. Why do we keep going back? Why? I said I'll never see him again, but I took him back. I said I'm going to eat right. I'm going to drink right. I'm going to exercise. But I stopped. I'm becoming consistent. I say I'm not going to do meth no more, but whatever keeps triggering me makes me go back. I'm done with the trap house, but I keep finding myself. Something keeps pulling me back. Something keeps pulling me back. The soul tie of it all. Hoarding. That's an addiction. We look at the main ones and we think that's it. There are so many other addictions that are underlined of something that we call, and the main addiction. Oh, wait. That's a whole nother. I'll talk about that on the next one. I'll talk about that on the next one. When we are forced to do good, and when I'm saying force, that means that we are determined, that we are saying that we're setting ourselves up for success, that no matter what, I'm still going to do this. No matter what, I'm still going to go. In spite of everything that is facing me, I'm not going to get into the things that keeps pulling me down. I'm not going to be surrounded by the people that can never help me to win. Something has to give. If I'm always surrounded around negativity, I'm going to dwell into that sinking place. Like that movie, he was in the sunken chair. He was in a sinking place and couldn't get out. Some of us are like that on a daily. Some of us see that as a daily. Some of us can't even get out of our circumstances because we're stuck. We're in a stagnant position and we allow the addictions to consume us. Yes, I lost everything in that flood. But I cannot allow myself to be in a stagnant position because I lost those things. We lost jobs. I can't be stagnant. We lost loved ones. I can't be stagnant. I can't put myself at a pause and say, well, I guess this is it. Anybody know me? I'll quote a movie in a minute. Well, this is the last song. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. And sometimes our last song really don't be our last song. We give into addictions. We sometimes give into it because that's something that we want to do. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, when we are tempted, we still have an opportunity to say no. But what do? Something sounds good, it feels good, it tastes good. It becomes now appeasing to the eye. It becomes appeasing to the sound, and the waves of it just makes you melt, and this, that, and the third. And sometimes if we ain't supposed to eat something, the smell of it smells so good. I'm talking about myself right there, but you get the point. When we are at a place to where we are saying that I don't want to do this no more, I don't want to do that no more, trust and believe the temptation is going to come to make you be out of a lie. Why? The Bible says that the enemy, the devil, is the brother of the accuser of the brethren. So he's going to try to put everything that he can when he can to make you feel like, you know what, maybe he is right. And so that he can go back to our Father and say, see, I told you. I told you they were going to fail. I told you. I know how to do it. The tricks and the trades of it all. The tricks and the trades of it all. Every time you turn around, it's always something, right? And I always tell people that when you're dealing with addictions and you're dealing with people that have a lot of anger and a lot of resentment, and then they find themselves to go as to take something to make them feel comfortable or make them feel at ease or to make them be calm from their situation or the current reality of it all, right? So we choose to do stuff to be in our own reality. We choose to do things, we say things, we do things because of our own reality. Ooh. We don't want to be in this space. We don't want to be in the truth of it all. We don't want to be in the truth, the truth sound, because a lot of us can't deal with the truth. So we go into a false reality where I can drink, I can smoke, I can do this, I can do that. I can be around certain individuals that's not going to hold me accountable, that's not going to tell me to do this, that's going to let me be comfortable, or as we said, let me be who I am. Because of addictions. Something that I wanted to read you was that here's the hard truth: addiction thrives in silence, in secrets, in shame, and that shame tells you you're weak for needing help. But here's the truth: reaching out is strength. Admitting you're struggling is a sign of courage, not failure. So what does that say? Right? I'm talking about how all of these addictions, all of these things are overwhelming, all of these things are powering, or it can seem like it's right here. It's really here at my neck. It's really here. I feel even claustrophobic of dealing with this, right? But if I could reach out to a person with sound mind, if I could reach out to someone that's not biased, and someone that's not going to judge me, if I could reach out, talk to my pastor, talk to my therapist, talk to my counselor, if I could reach out to someone and say, I am struggling in these areas, and I have someone that's going to help me find solutions, ways to say that this is what you need to do, this is how things need to be done, this is what I need you to do in order to be successful. Let's take these steps together. Let's walk this journey out. But the first thing that I have to do is have the willing mind to say, I don't want to do this no more. I mean, but actually stick to it though. right? Sometimes we say stuff because ooh, we're emotionally touched in it, and we're saying, I'm finna go there. Because we lost a loved one, I think almost every funeral, almost every person get up there and say, we should not wait till a funeral for us to be a family and get together. We hear that all the time, right? Then we also hear, I want to get my life together now, but those are only seasonal things, because for that moment, most people, they're serious about it. This is what I want to do. I want to change. I want to change. I want to change. But when they're triggered, or when certain other things start happening, and when things aren't going their way, we tend to go back or revert back to other things that helped us out before, which is some of those comfortable non-reality substances, non-reality conversations. We find our own, we like to go back to being comfortable versus not comfortable. That our my truth is the only truth that's real versus the reality of things around us. And when we do those things, it builds what people call the repetition. It builds the foundation of repentance. It builds you not really understanding or knowing the real you, the truth of it all, the matter of it all, what is really happening, how is it really, because you're not allowing yourself to accept the truth. In order to come out of recovery, and to go into, as they say, rehab, you got to first admit that I have a problem. I was on the phone with someone, and we were talking about um, anger. And I was like, anger is like a tree. It's a root. It's a root. It's a seed that has been growing, and it grows and it thrives. And the more that it can grow off of different situations, it puts you in a place that makes you feel like, you know what? Now I'm really angry. You don't like me when I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to be the hawk all the time. And we don't get to the situations now because I'm angry. I'm resorting to getting something to make me calm down. Something or someone. I go to some place because it makes me feel more comfortable. Sometimes people lash out, and you ain't been this place in months, in years, but now all of a sudden it's something that pushes you back. If we ever watch movies, and we watch some of those what do we call it, autobiographies, or documentaries of real celebrities, real life individuals that suffer from various addictions, and how they will be so good for so many years, for long periods of time, and then something pushes them back. Whatever triggered them, whatever happened, it could have been something that they saw on TV, could have been just of a conversation, someone making a joke. It was a trigger that pushed them back. Oh, don't let them see an old friend that knows how to get their stuff. Oh, don't let them see somebody that knows the right drink, the right substance to help them calm down. A lot of times when we're dealing, even our addictions, okay, if you're dealing with something and it makes you nervous, it makes you double-minded. Okay, addictions can make you double-minded. One minute you feel like you can do it, next minute you can't. One minute you want to do this, next minute you can't. It puts you in those razzle-frazzle states, because why? You're not thinking with a sober mind, and a sober mind is clearly not just, okay, I don't have alcohol, so I'm sober. No, it's thinking with an alertness. Somebody does not even have to have any drugs in their system, any alcohol in their system, and they can still not be sober minded. A clouded judgment means that I don't have all facts, that I don't have all of the right necessary tools to dissect the situation, that I am forced to do what? I'm just going to go with my emotions. Okay, what was that song? Was that H Town? Emotions make you laugh sometimes. Emotions make you cry sometimes. When you become emotional, you are not sober minded. We tend to, as I said a few podcasts ago, hurt people, hurt people based off emotions, not off facts. And so when you're dealing with these addictions, and when you're dealing with all of these other oppositions, we put ourselves in a stance. Shoot, I'm looking at time. I got to get out of here. Listen, we want to talk about the families. You got to come back. We got to talk about the families. We got to talk about the broken relationships and why many people are forced to go into addictions because of these broken relationships, because of broken friendships. Because that's what I wanted to get into, but we ain't got time. But for today, I want us to understand that our addictions come with shame. It's deep rooted. It's a penetrative cycle. You feel unworthy. You feel like you this is what you have to do in order to be sane. This is what you have to do. This is how you feel. And the reason why you feel this way, it's only going to help you feel normal. But to us, you're not normal. You're erratic. Okay. You can't commit to anything. You say you're going to do something, you can't do it because whatever is consuming you is now taking over. And because it's consuming you, it's now pushing into other areas that is going to cause a downfall and a spiral going down. And these things are affecting you more than what you know. The broken relationships becomes next. So until next time, guys, as I always say, you won't give up. You won't give in. I'm gonna do something probably a little different. I normally, close out, give you encouraging words, but like the last few days, and I'm gonna take it to my grave until my cousin tell me it's different, or my uncle himself tell me it's different. My uncle would sing a song over the church, and I said this in one of my short videos that it's a song called "You Can Make It," and it's so simple words, but when you are really going through, sometimes you need that push of understanding that I'm not in this by myself. I don't want to fight this battle by myself, and I don't have to fight this battle by myself. Understanding that no matter what, I am going to win. I can make this. I can do it. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And the song simply says, you can make it. You can make it. Those problems that you're going through, God told me to tell you, you're not in this by yourself. You can make it. You're not in this by yourself. Just know you can, you can, you can, you can, you can make it. You're not in this by yourself. You can make it. We trust in God no matter what. We hold on to Him no matter what. We get strategic tools. Journal, sing, play with your music, cook, write. Get it all out of you. But don't you be stagnant no more. And don't be afraid to tell your truth of the story. Because I guarantee you, it's going to help you get all of the anger and everything else out of your system. It's going to help you understand who God is. Because all He wants you to do is just turn to Him. And what He's going to do, help you get out of all of this. So remember, you can, ooh, oh, you can make it. Until next time, I love you all. You won't give up. You won't give in. God has predestined over your life, and there's purpose inside of you to be fulfilled. Until next time, I love you all. Stay amazing. Bye.